Okay, so let's talk about the Barbie movie. Greta Gerwig's latest film starring Margot Robbie as well as Ryan Gosling and a slew of other actors in this. Before we get any further into it, I want to go ahead and let you know that SAG and WGA are still striking. Support them, keep the solidarity going, and also make sure you're getting information only from the SAG website or Twitter as well as for the WGA. A lot of people online are spreading misinformation, so make sure it's only coming from there. But let's get right into this movie, its ending, and just how great of a movie it was, right? So let's talk about that ending. So we pretty much saw this movie take us from the Barbie land all the way to the real world, back to the Barbie land, and then back to the real world. And pretty much this all started just because we saw Barbie sort of see this sadness starting to seep into Barbie land, and they try to find the source of this. Barbie goes to the real world in order to figure out what exactly is going on, who is this sadness from, and how can they solve this before Barbie land completely gets destroyed. We see that Ken, played by Ryan Gosling, decides to go with Barbie as well, eventually causing a lot of disruption that Mattel people are like, hey, that toy, let's go get that toys. And then we see that Barbie learns that the person causing all of this sadness is actually Sasha's mother, Gloria, played by America Ferrera. So at first, Barbie thought it was Sasha, the tween girl, who was causing all of this. But Sasha kind of comes and puts Barbie down. And Sasha kind of like talks to Barbie about the unrealistic beauty standards that Barbie sets, as well as the consumerism, capitalistic society that Barbie sort of promotes as well. Eventually, we also learn that Sasha's mother, as I said, Gloria, is the one that's sort of been projecting these feelings onto Barbie and Barbie Land because of her existential crisis that she's currently going through with motherhood and not really loving the job that she's in at the moment, working at Mattel. All of this, we also see Ken and Barbie sort of split ways, where Ken actually goes on to learn about the patriarchy, and Ken kind of feels seen from the patriarchy and says, you know what, I'm going to bring these ideas back to Barbie Land, to the other Kens. And eventually Ken does that, and the other Kens are pretty much on board with it as well. And we see that the scripts get flipped around, and we see that the Kens now are trying to sort of take over Barbie Land and eventually do. And we see the Barbies now are serving the Kens and just being there by their sides. Not really as we saw it before, where everybody was just happy and all of that. Now it seems that the Kens are sort of ordering the Barbies around, and they become these servants for them. Barbie learns about this when she goes back to Barbie Land with Sasha and Gloria in an effort to sort of try to get Gloria feeling a little happier, not sad, and not really tackling on the problem, and we'll talk more about that. But when they return to Barbie Land and see what's going on, Barbie just feels defeated at this point. There's nothing that they can do to get anything back, as the Kens are going to change the constitution and all of that and eventually become the rulers there, and the Barbies will just be the servants. And so after a monologue from America Ferrera's Gloria and also Sasha talking about the contradictions of American femininity, we see everything start to sort of turn around with the help of Weird Barbie as well as Alan. And eventually the Kens now are going to fight each other on the beach now, and all of this happens, but then there is a truce called between the Barbies and the Kens, and we see that now Ken, played by Ryan Gosling, is trying to figure out how can they even move forward now that Ken knows all of this and doesn't want to be only attached to Barbie and his whole identity be about Barbie, which Barbie, played by Margot Robbie, says that Ken can be their own autonomous identity as well. They can be just Ken. They don't have to be Ken and Barbie. Ken can do their own things, and this sort of goes back to the Barbies as well. However, Margot Robbie's Barbie feels that they can't go back to Barbie Land now. They have this whole idea of a world beyond it. They have felt this anxiety. They have felt these different things. It's not the perfect world that Barbie thought it was prior when they were just in Barbie Land. So there's no way that they can just go back to being a Barbie again. And now they want to be a real person. We find out that the older lady that they had met at the Mattel company is actually the creator of Barbie, and tells Barbie that humans die but ideas live forever, and Barbie has a choice to make now, which Barbie chooses to just become a real human and just live. Eventually we see Gloria, Sasha, and her husband take Barbie, and Barbie says that they're there to see the gynecologist, and that's pretty much how it ends right there. So I think that the movie really does set up a lot of ideas. It touches up on a lot of very important issues as well when it comes to gender identity, norms, and all of that as well. It sort of talks about the idea of suppressing these feelings for so long, trying to keep this sort of fakeness about because you don't want to address what you're really feeling deep down. And we see that in Barbie, who tries to sort of put these feelings down and just continue having a perfect day every day. And then with America Ferrera's character of Gloria, we see that also trying to be these multiple roles all at the same time while not really taking care of yourself can really take a toll, where she's trying to be the career woman, she's trying to be the mother, and it's just taking so much of a toll on her due to the systems that are in place already, whether it's the capitalist system, the patriarchy, all of that. It really starts to wear down on someone, and we have to confront these ideas and have to push back on them as well when they get too overbearing, because the more this machine feeds, the more people it takes as a toll. And it really is something I think in our society we see a lot today. And I think the ending with Barbie choosing to just be real, I think that was definitely an important one for sure, because how do you go back after learning all of this and not try to keep living and pushing these sort of norms and all of that? Overall, I enjoyed the movie's ideas and also the way it tackled these issues that we have as well. And I do think that I can't really speak much about those type of issues as well. I can only observe and give you my observations, but there is more to it for sure, especially from somebody who is actually living this through girlhood or womanhood. So definitely don't want to be saying that I'm going to speak over those issues, because I don't really have experience with them, but this is just my observation from watching the movie. But definitely chime in down below your thoughts and opinions on it as well. But yeah, this is pretty much the ending here. Barbie has chosen to become a real person, and Ken has decided that they can just be Ken, and it doesn't have to be anything attached to Barbie. So pretty much just a good message of, if you want to be independent, if you want to do your own thing, just do your own thing. You don't have to feel this attachment to any norms, to any one person or anything like that. It's your life. Live your life. Be happy. And don't let society like put you in a box of how you should act or be. Be the person that you want to be and love yourself. That's the most important thing for sure. So overall, great movie, great message, all of that. Definitely want to go deeper into the themes and issues about the movie. So that will be another video, but we will have a Cobweb ending explained as well as an Oppenheimer ending like talk and all of that. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you are following us here and on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. I'll see you next time. Stay safe, stay positive.